you certainly want to make sure that they fit well. And there are a number of different factors with that. And you're right, we've got to make sure that they fit well for the bridge. And so, we have a broad range of kids frames in order to find something that's going to sort of fit well. And there's a number of different ways of doing that. If you're going sort of for, plastic frames like this, that bridge simply just has to fit. We can't reshape that. Okay, so that it's just got to fit. Whereas if we have someone where we can't find a frame like this that might fit, then we're going for one with adjustable nose pads so that we can sort of almost custom fit so the pads to the nose so that it's comfortable and it's going to sit in the right place. You also want to make sure that the size, so when the frames are put on, that we've got if it's going to be too wide, then it could be harder to adjust to stop them from falling off. Lenses that are too big for a particular person increases the weight of the glasses, and because kids are mobile, that means more weight means they're more easily going to fall off. If you get something too small and too narrow here, it kind of pushes the frame forward off the face. And we also need to understand that now, particularly primary school kids are still growing, and we'll often, in our practice, we like to supply glasses that are going to see out a couple of years. So, we have a bent on quality and longevity because we want them to be seeing well over that longer period of time. And so we often are looking at that, having a pair of glasses that fits well now, but also maybe has a little room for growth later on, so that they're getting a couple of years out of their prescription. Then it depends. Then there are other factors that just depend on that child and that family. And so an important one that I think gets overlooked is that sometimes you just need to make sure that the child is having some power in the choice of what they're wearing so that they actually wear it. And if we ask parents what's important to them in the process of choosing frames, then you get a variety of answers. And one of them is, I just want them to wear them. And so, so I think that's an easy thing to overlook sometimes, that the kid needs to have some choice and some power in the decision. And so we look at that sort of factor as well. Some kids might be particularly rough with things. And so we have a range of frames that we call the peace of mind range, so that the manufacturer covers frame breakages very, very well in that kind of situation. Or you might get into things like the nano frames, which have sort of special technology, and these are particularly good with infants and toddlers. And there's a lot of frames that I wouldn't do that to, and that just gives us the ability to find something for those kids that are a lot more mobile, and the ones that are having to wear them all the time and may not, a 3-year-old hasn't learned how to look after things yet, as an example.
And even things like color, like getting the kids to pick out a frame that's a color that they like. You may not think it's a good choice as a parent, but I mean, the kids are the ones who have to wear them, aren't they? So is that something that you do in your practice, is like show a few different color variations?
Yeah, and that's something that we have to sometimes negotiate with parents as well, of finding that sort of happy medium between what the parents want and what the kids want, and not making sure that at the same time that we're having to coach the kids on the frame that they like the best may not be the best fit for them long term. So there's that something that our staff get with experience, is how to negotiate those variables that go on when they're fitting kids with frames.